Back to another trek through the dungeon. It's been so long since I've sent out a vid or anything. It feels like it's been a couple weeks, and between work and Ramadan and everything, it's gotten a lot busier. So that's part of why. But I got a little bit of time, and I would like to do one. So let's go for a classy. I'm going to play Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup and try and work on Octopus. Now I know a lot of you have been following me lately for my Android Netrunner content, and I appreciate that. But definitely, this is one of those games that I consider highly skill testing and worth learning about, etc. At least in some of its forms. I mean, definitely there's been, they upgraded it now. Its suck factor has applied to this game too in the past. Octopodes are fairly weak in terms of physical strength, and they have all kinds of weaknesses built into them. That being said, I have found this combination, even though it's not a recommended combination, incredibly powerful. And I think part of it is because I know when to be cautious and how to be careful in playing it. Okay, I think I just froze. Did you just freeze? That would not take long. Hello, whoever has just come out, and thank you for stopping by. Okay, yeah, there we go. We unfroze. So, oh my god. Okay, this game is off to an amazing start. I already have a Whip of Electrocution, which is a very good early game brand. A Staff of Air, which is a spell enhancer for electrical spells, which is what I'm using as an Air Elementalist. So we're gonna 90% zap things with the Air Staff, and then 10% of the time switch over to the Whip for some quick hits. So one thing I'm doing that should be obvious but might not be is whenever I get into a fight, I immediately back off so that I can heal up without encountering multiple enemies one after the other. In MMO terms, it's I'm careful about how I'm pulling my ads so I don't take too much aggro at once. There's no benefit if you're not worrying about turn count. There's no benefit to pushing forward extra fast. You're better off taking extra time to recover with that safety. Most game losses that you're going to get that could have been avoided will come down to at some point you could have taken a little less risk and not end up in a bad situation in the first place. We're going to read all of these. I would ideally like to find a teleport and ID scroll nice and early, and there's not a whole lot of negative scrolls. There we go. We found our curing potion that could keep us safe from death. Right circumstance. So our first beeline is obviously we want to hit level 4 and pick up Spear Strike. You could make the argument that I should really be picking up Swiftness for an escape. So this looks like a Robin crowd. Yep. He's got Helmet of Intelligence. I definitely want to take that off of him if possible. I only have 2 more shots. I only have 1 more shots. I'm out of shots. Time to run. I'm going to stay on the far staircase so I can get a few more pot shots off. It's not even close to enough, and I don't need to win this fight right now. I do want to win that fight, but I don't need to win it right now, so let's go a different way. Easy double. Zap the unconscious snake. Resist poison is another really nice early game ability that I haven't picked up, but I'm definitely on the lookout for something like that. Another thing that makes what makes Octopus interesting is that they come with 8 ring slots, 1 for each tentacle. Hey, how's it going, bots? Great to see you. Doing okay. Just doing some dungeon crawl today. Haven't played this in forever. I'm trying which really should be considered a challenge class. It's just not challenging to me. I've actually had a streak of this before. Okay, so here I don't want to aggro this guy. If I aggro him, he can get into melee with me very easily. But looking around, there's no better way to approach him. So I might have to take the shot. And see what I mean? He took 7 hits. Ooh. Worms are slow moving and hit hard, so let's get out of range. Here we can thin these guys out pretty nicely. When they're sleeping, your accuracy is really good. So this is the kind of fight I hate, where Every time you finish one enemy, another one just comes around the corner. I'm going to switch over to the Whip of Electrocution and quickly make short work of him. Hide in this corner, memorize Airstrike. This spell is astonishingly dangerous to cast. Well, then I just won't cast it yet. I'm hard training just the one school that I need for Airstrike, because once I have Airstrike online, that's going to be my bread and butter for most threats through the early and mid game. Like right here would be a great time to Airstrike, and a 22% chance I'll take my risks. Oh wait, is he on a wall? No, he's not. Yeah, so boom. See, instant kill. Airstrike gets plus 1d6, I want to say, or some 1d4 for every open square next to your target. So it encourages you to position targets out in the open, which this guy might be the perfect time. We got Robin. Now, I believe it was Robin who was wearing a Helm of Intelligence, so let's go and loot him. There is a Helmet of Intelligence, but unfortunately I don't wear helmets, I only wear hats specifically. That's, like I said, the downside of being an octopus. You can't wear most armor slots. Oh man, I missed your stream. I apologize. I would have enjoyed that. But hope all's well, and thank you for stopping by. If I had been doing some Netrunner, I would have been very happy to get your insights. But yeah. It's Ramadan, so I'm fasting, and that has definitely had a toll on my creativity, but not on my religiosity, which is obviously the point of the month. Wait, we've got teleport scrolls, so we have our first survival key. We've got curing spell potions. We've got attack. So this Octopode is well on his way. That isn't to say that I'm like autopilot already won the game, but definitely happy with the current trends of this character. Also, that spell that was astonishingly dangerous to cast. Yeah, it's already at 17%. 16% fail, down from like 30-ish and 22 when we checked it. So clearly we're doing something right. Making sure to reposition our lightning zaps to go through as many enemies as possible. Hey, we got our test teleportation scroll back. I'm very curious why this area is outlined in yellow. I would have assumed it was the tomb or something, but that is an exceedingly dangerous area, thanks to the presence of all these orc priests, who can absolutely kill you in just a couple casts if you don't get lucky. There's one of those couple. I'm going to risk it. That's two. I'm not going to risk it. I'm going to curing. I don't have any other tricks up my sleeve. It's now or never, so I'm going to take another potion. Traction, now I can't get away from them. Not what I needed. Brilliance might be enough. Okay, invisibility. Now that will work. Invisibility makes it very unlikely that they can specifically target me with their spells. Oof. But sometimes you just get unlucky. Man, that was bad. Rutherford Good Game Net. Oof, that sounds interesting. I should definitely check that out. I've seen all kinds of fun creative corps coming out of the woodworks, but I'm really eager to find a runner that sings to me as well as the corps do. Having died here, embarrassingly against a double orc priest, I need to ask myself, where did I go wrong? Because, I don't like that. As a streaker, I like to know that I could have streaked it. And the best I can figure is when I got to this space, I turned around and started fighting. I could have kept running. The real trick would have been if I had memorized swiftness for security, so I had an escape option. I could have broken LOS just like I did by closing the door, engaged swiftness, and that would have gotten me safely out of range. So yeah, that was a really big faux pas to not take that chance. Okay, what is going on here? A distorted screen. As long as it works. We're gonna try that again, and this time I'm gonna be a little less explanation heavy and a little more not losing the game heavy. How's that sound? It's. I know it's a bit of a. It sounds a bit arrogant or whatever, considering the win rate for this game is so low. But I truly go into every game expecting to win, and it's frustrating every time I don't. This is a really unfair opening. I'm a Jackal pack. I'm doing my best to try and split them up by backing off as much as possible so that my stealth benefits. Come into play. Oh, you serious? No, I can't. I'm out of mana. Well, drink mana potion for sure. Seriously? No, not fair. That's just bullshit. Not making a very good showing of this game for a game that's fair. Again, in that situation, I might have been able to do a better job peeling them off without wandering in the direction that I hadn't explored yet. And that way I would have aggroed the two jackals, but I wouldn't have aggroed everything else. And maybe I could have parlayed that to survival with a better roll. I don't know, it's possible. I didn't have to run out of mana there, and I certainly didn't have to lose the game. Alright. Just to put in perspective what you just saw, looking for all games played by me where I played an Octopode Air Elementalist. There we go. Okay, and now I'm looking for all the games where I've won as one. Yeah, in 20 games that I've played total, or 19 games I've played total as an Octopode Air Elementalist, I've won 6. 2 of my losses just happened now back to back. That's really frustrating. We're gonna die. Oh, we can't dive. No! This is my fault. I mismathed the distance by a lot. The fact that I lived there is purely blind luck. I could have died very easily from being in melee with 2 of them, but I didn't have to be. And I've used up my magic potion, so God help me in the future when I desperately need more mana and I can't get it back. Oh no, it was my fault too. Alright. You're alive. We've got a positive ranked weapon. Finally have enough mana not run out of gas constantly. Let's tilt a little bit less. We're going to make liberal use of these puddles for setting the right ground to fight. If I ever need to retreat to a safety against a melee enemy, I can hide in that puddle. As long as it doesn't know how to swim. So we want to get rid of the Dark Slug ASAP. There we go. This 4 now has a safety. Zap, 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 zap. Travel, zap, 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 zap. Flee! Zap, 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 zap. Flee! Zap, 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 zap. Okay. We've got our first store. Mephitic Cloud, Ignite Poison, very nice, very nice. Orb of Destruction, Spellfest Servitor, I can win the game with that and nothing else if necessary. Necromancy, don't really care about this stuff, not very cool. Starburst is fun. Static Discharge is okay. Here. Oh! Stormform, MCC, Lightning Spire. So our game plan is to come back for this book whenever we can afford it and just win the game off of pure electricity. But we can make a side. We can obviously go change that plan. It's pretty expensive too, so we're going to need to live long enough to get more money. Also, these are all very high level spells relative to where I am now. I'm not anywhere near casting level 7 spells. But using Lightning Spire to get through the entire mid-game is very viable. Alright, we have ID'd a Flight Potion, which is not very helpful. That will just spare me 1 turn of drinking a potion that doesn't help when I'm emergency drinking. Blink, Manifold Assault, and Stormform. Well, somebody upstairs really likes me. We're gonna get the best escape spell in the game online ASAP. That's Natasha. Without a good, solid attack, I don't feel good taking her on just yet. Are we at level 4 yet? We are not. I think I'm gonna start putting points into translocations. I don't normally do this, but with Blink available early on, I could potentially save otherwise doomed runs. So, yeah. Are you serious? There's some instinct my Octopode has for going this direction, and I don't know what it is. I'm not going to take you on. If this floor is explored, let's go to the next one. Natasha's on that floor. I do need to go back and mop it up at some point, but it does not have to be a top priority to take on a named unique without a level 4 spell that I'd like to use on her. Incidentally, Lightning Spire is what level again? Level 4, but it's a dual class, so I'm not going to be able to cast it for quite some time. And where's Blink right now? 24? Let's get it down to around 20 before flipping over to spellcasting. Something like that should be fine. What just happened? I apparently just got shafted. Okay, so this is one of the favorite ways for the game to cost you the game. It drops you several layers down and several floors down, and you've got to figure out how you're going to survive and get back. Your priority goals in these situations are stay alive, make your way, find up staircases to come back up, and get loot, roughly in that order. A down staircase actually can still be very useful if it's a good safety zone, but I didn't feel comfortable stabbing that frog. I'm level 3. There's a good chance I stab it, it lives, and then I can't disengage and I die. Alright, we got our first staircase up. Now we're closer to where I'm supposed to be level-wise. I don't like the idea of taking up on a howling dog on an unknown floor with no safe retreats. I do like the idea of getting my level 4 spells online, that's why I took a chance. Airstrike gives me the ability to take on enemies I couldn't otherwise. Blink is now very castable. We're going to start focusing on air magic for power purposes while also picking up some spell casting just to improve my mana bar. Airstrike is incredibly expensive on your mana. It takes 4 for a single cast, and you typically want to cast it 3, 4, 5 times for effect. So having a little more MP makes a huge difference. But in this situation, being able to immediately take out an enemy that otherwise could have killed me, priceless. Where's that boomerang? I can totally use that boomerang. Zap. Airstrike. Back off. We'll take that boomerang. We'll identify another potion. Well, good thing I didn't off that in an emergency. Hound. Whatever that orc thingy was. We good, we good. See, that spellcasting training just got me to the point that I could double cast. Unfortunately, double cast wasn't enough in this situation, but we can tentacle will nosh that guy until he's gone. Okay, where are we at? Yeah, welcome, Miguel guy. And I haven't played this game in so long, I figured I would go with some comfort food. Who would have thought that challenge class equals comfort food? But unfortunately, I managed to splat 2 of them in less than 5 minutes. So clearly my skills in this game have gotten rusty. We don't like black bears. We really don't like black bear. I cannot express to you how much we do not like that black bear. But there is a staircase up that we found and for some reason neglected to utilize. So in the spirit of Shafty, we're going to try to get back there and unshaft ourselves. I'll take a whip of flaming over a dagger of nothing. All right, I think we're out. We're still shafted. So this just shows you just how bad a shafting this was. 3 floors. This is why I wasn't taking out enemies that normally I would have had no issue attacking, because that giant frog, I'm mentally calibrated for it to be at the right level, and it's 3 levels above. So we're doing okay. What the devil is this? Okay, we got our first piece of jewelry, and it's a doozy. Strength, dex, and a couple of resistances, and see invisibility. Yeah, we keep those. Wipe out. Pretty sure we have the tools we need to fully raid this place. We just open, close the door whenever we get skittish, get our mana back, go in. Good. Keep IDing until we. Oh, Berserk Raid is actually a very reasonable emergency potion when used correctly. Taking Okawaru is not a bad call. Sorry, not Okawaru. Taking Sifmuna is not a bad call here. It gives me a lot of survivability and just general value, and eventually getting all the stuff I need. But I'm basically married to Kazog for this run. I've already found a shop with stuff I want that will help my mid game. And, I'm just a sucker for Gazog no matter how you slice it. I hear they're nerfing him in future versions. Kind of lure this guy into a double zap. Whip of freezing whip. We'll take a bandolier of whips. There may be a null fort on this level. I'm basing that on very little. There may not be. Alright, we've got our mana up to 12, which is 3 airstrikes in a row. I'm tempted to, well, let's see. We're very low on when spellcasting hits 4, we turn it off and just full focus on getting the spell danger of air elementally to where it needs to be. Airstrike is such effective non-type damage. I can frequently find a good situation for it. Alright, Lignification is actually better than Berserk for certain situations. Like, maybe not in the mid to late game, but certainly in the early game. Think of all those times that I was like stuck in melee and it was just the odds were in my favor, but I still, it would just matter if will I roll lucky or will they. Having a little extra HP armor would have been hugely helpful in those situations. And Lignification would have given that to me since I intended to stand my ground anyway. A lot of gnolls on this floor. A lot of gnolls. We are still very much not ecumenical templed. We survived double shaft or triple shafty actually, three floors down. And now we're just going back and picking up pieces. Also, looks like we have Stormform Manifold Assault already, so you could very well make the argument I don't need to do more. Spellcasting should be helping Blink significantly, and it is. Up. I hate water moccasins, but perfect airstrike helps a lot. You could make the argument for some of those spells, but I prefer the spell levels at this stage to having like Weird Blood, which I don't have the mana to routinely cast. I would take a Dagger of Venom over a slightly better enchanted dagger than I'm blowing right now. We'll keep both in case I get the branding scroll, but I doubt it. Soften up target, strike it dead. Ooh, Ignite Poison. I like Ignite Poison. Now I have a Dagger of Poison and the ability to destroy my enemies who get stuck with it. And we've made it back to our Shafty alive. This is the layer that we got shafted to. Alright, good. Yeah, we take those on. Some of my best practices of retreat first, target second are definitely slowing down a little at this point since I'm kind of making really good progress. What? We immediately go full out for broke with airstrikes there to take him down. We definitely upgrade to the rapier. Although, what is the attack speed with the dagger? No, the attack speed with the dagger is so much better. We're good. We're good. We need to get out of here. We're standing our ground a little too long. This extended firefight costing me my anabolic glaciation, Ozo's armor, nothing I care about that much. There was a time Ozo's refrigeration was my absolute favorite spell, but that's not the time anymore. Okay, so we got Curaried if I had to guess. I could Berserk here and take my chances. The speed up would help. Butterflies should slow down their ability to follow me significantly. I will shoot through my own butterflies to reach you for sure. Well, you know what? I can just airstrike you. That's the guy who was, I think, Curariing me. If you let me recharge, I become incredibly dangerous. And now I got your Curari dart. Tag, you're it, follow me. Tag, you're it, follow me. Airstrikes in the open. Alright, we're doing great. We got our Octopus growing. We got our first escape scroll ID. It's not the one I want, which is teleport, but it's something. Treat the second one, immolation. That's definitely not teleport. Magic mapping, summoning, teleportation, fear, and enchant weapon. Yep, dagger is still the best one since I don't want to trade weapons. And I have ignite poison. It enhances its overall effectiveness. do want to speed up the process of getting a little bit of extra mana to work with, but also spellcasting helps every spell school's cast ability, not just one. So it's a good general purpose trainer skill. Good so far. Destroy. Do we have those boomerangs? Yeah, that's what I'm gonna throw here. That was a good airstrike. Boom, big airstrikes. Big airstrikes. I'm gonna blink once to get the next airstrike, and there we go. Spellcasting levels up one more time. We are now at 4 airstrikes per tank. And we at long last hit the temple as late as possible. And there's Sagos or whatever. It's mine. Now we get cash on kills. Wow, I do not believe it. We have ourselves a block. Seriously pay for artificially accounted views. At that point, I mean, there's no. I have to believe anything you pay to get excess views isn't going to boost your finances because nobody's actually paying for bots to see your stuff. So yeah, we're definitely going to pillar dance here until we get. Okay, typo. Okay, he caught up. And he beat the shit out of me. Magic and blink. Blink. Oh, we can't double blink anymore? This is really bad, isn't it? Curing. Haste is good. Haste can get me out of here. As long as he doesn't get an attack of opportunity. Which he didn't. I now have distance on him. Let's get him out in the open. Zap him with an airstrike that actually lands. That was very scary. I'm glad we survived. Pretty touch and go there for a moment. We've got Crazy If. We'll die in just a couple airstrikes. And we are done with 4-7. Oh, we got more jewelry. It's a redundancy invisible ring. I'm not going to put it on because I might forget that it's redundant and start being attached to it at some point. You'll notice that I'm still going completely glass cannon here. I haven't put a single point into fighting. That's because base HP on an octopus is quite reasonable. It's, I want to say human level. So it's not, as long as you're not trying to just go toe-to-toe with monsters, where your lack of an armor class really highlights how flimsy those HP points are. If you're just taking pot shots at range or what have you, then an octopus's HP is serviceably good in the early game. We definitely go after the centaur first. Now we run. As much as I know I can win some of these fights, I don't want to take on fights I can't win more frequently. Nice. Yeah, we don't want to deal with that cluster. also around this B makes a huge difference to accuracy. Okay, we're gonna have to start running here to get back my 50 missing hit points at all my MP. Airstrike doesn't care if you resist electricity, so bludgeon the heck out of the Sky Octopus. Or whatever, Sky thing. Sky Beast. Okay, we're good. First amulet, and it's a good one. Amulet of Reflection. Built-in shield bonus, which can help with a lot of attacks. We're not going to take on an obsidian statue. That would be foolhardy. I am hardly a fool. Jinx Guy's Hydro Hunt. Ah, because you use these things to fight hydras by beheading and cauterizing. Nice. Don't we have a shopping list? Look at the sky. Isn't that shopping list the one that contains a lightning spire? And lightning spire is at 7% already, so yeah, we definitely go back for our acquisitions right now. Alright, buy the Book of the Sky. Broke, that is of no consequence. Lightning Spire. It's gotta be here somewhere. Platypus, where are you? There you are. We're gonna throw a pittance of points into summoning just to smooth out that 7% failure. Just get it up to 1 for me, shall you? Wait, what is all that loot? Oh, right, it's off limits. I'm pretty sure this was the one that had Natasha. No? Okay. Alright, we made it. We're back. Oh, right. I can't use my usual hotkey because it's been taken by the Lightning Spire, who has already killed 3 gnolls. What do they want me to use instead? See? That's not happening. See, this is what I love. Setting up situations where they want to come melee me, but in so doing they have to be exposed to a lightning rod for a prolonged period of time. That's not good for them. I will resist corrosion happily. Okay, so far so good. Up here. No reason to have a full firefight with half a tank. Die another day. Okay, try again. That's not good. Blink out of it. Quick blink. Lightning Spire, finish them. Not ideal. This is why Blink exists, to reposition our terrible ideas into good ones. Alright, we're cleared that. Let's perfect. Couple airstrikes. We'll have faith in each other. Solve the problem. Alright, that's 10 floors. As much as I would like to keep going, I do need to finish some of these obligations. I hope you enjoyed watching this. Been a fun return to form for me. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time.